really screwed ourselves this time. Trying to stay there for the last shot. I don't even know where we are now. But I know they followed us and we lost everything trying to escape. We're screwed. We're trapped.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy T, and I got my girl A with me.
Hey.
And we are coming to you with 365 Horror Vlogs, the channel where we attempt to watch every single horror movie in existence, rate it, tell you what's the most disturbing, the best horror movies. And today, we got Cannibal Holocaust, the acclaimed, banned, controversial Cannibal Holocaust. I know, I always get tongue-tied with that, but it's okay. Cannibal Holocaust. This is a 1980 film, and we are going to get right into it. So this film was directed by Ruggero Deodato. It's starring Robert Kerman, Francesca Ciardi, and Pirkanen. The overview of this movie is there is a documentary crew that goes into the Amazon rainforest and they stumble across a tribe while looking for a lost documentary crew, and they basically unfold what has happened to this crew, and it kind of shows you their journey as they go along. Let's get right into this movie, man. I'm sure we got a lot to say about Cannibal Holocaust, so we're gonna get right into this controversial movie. Adri, do you have any kind of overviews about this movie?
Yes. Oh my God. The 80s don't play. It was probably the most disturbing movie that I have actually ever seen.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, ever? Dang, okay.
It was disturbing. I think from like the genitals throughout the entire movie, the torture, the killing, it was gross.
Definitely. I'm going to say the same thing. There is some epic bush in this movie. You could definitely tell it's like some 80s, like we're talking like untamed rug bush. Lots of flapping cock and balls in this movie. I was surprised, man. The 80s were a different time for sure. Like, when you even see it, I kind of vaguely remember a lot of culture and stuff being this way. Like I said, I'm an old dude. The 80s were a different time. Yeah. And the last thing I would say after watching this movie is I would never go exploring in an undiscovered rainforest. I don't want to really come across any kind of like tribes or anything like that.
Never seen people.
No, I am not into
tribe,
that. That was basically how I felt about the movie. So let's get right into the rest. Okay, so first thing we're going to get into is the scare factor. Adri, what did you think of the scare factor of Cannibal Holocaust?
I don't think it was scary. I think it was just disturbing.
Okay. Right?
So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. I don't think the entire night I was like, babe, can you come upstairs with me?
Yeah.
I wasn't scared. But it was disturbing. I felt really morally something was wrong.
I'm going to agree. I didn't find Cannibal Holocaust to be scary at all. It was more the subject matter that was kind of scary. Like I said, I wouldn't go into an undiscovered rainforest alone. I would be afraid of stumbling across tribes. There was a lot of things that I'll talk about a little bit later that kind of got me about the whole tribal aspect and everything like that. But as far as scary or afraid of things around me or my own environment, not at all. It wasn't scary like that. There was no real jump scares. There was nothing like that. It was more in theme, if anything. Next, we're going to get into the creep factor of Cannibal Holocaust. What did you think about the creep factor, Adri?
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah.
It left me unsettled. I felt morally something was wrong.
Oh, good Lord.
It was not okay. And I remember at one point in the movie that I was actually like, I think they actually killed this man in real life. Like I felt the movie is 40 years old and I felt so drawn into the movie that I was like, it was just weird. It was really creepy.
Yeah. I felt that the movie wasn't too creepy to me. Again, I think the creepiness came more from the situation, just being in a desolate place, stumbling across a tribe where you don't know whether or not, like, what they're even saying half the time. Like, I felt almost it wasn't, like, the characters weren't desperate in the movie, but I felt a desperation to be like, is what this dude, like, he would, like, jump up and throw down things, and are they saying something good or bad? Like, that was weird to me. Like, I would feel it kind of, I felt like the characters were always in danger in this movie. You know what I mean? I didn't really know, and it kind of did keep me on edge. There was a creepy feel to it. I get exactly what you mean, more like with the mental situations as far as the creepiness goes, so that's what I thought about the creep factor. Next, we're going to get into the gore factor of Cannibal Holocaust, and this is one of the places where this movie shines for sure. I know there's going to be a lot to say about it, so Adri, what did you think about the gore in Cannibal Holocaust?
It was disgusting.
Oh, good Lord.
This is one of the most disgusting movies I have seen.
Absolutely.
I have talked about being unsettled throughout this entire movie, this entire review, and the rest of the review, I'm still unsettled about it. They actually cut up animals, live animals. They cut them, and they ate them.
You did it, goddammit. Just invited us to dinner.
Yeah.
That was just... Though, I'll just let you know, don't fuck with the turtle scene. No.
I agree with you. This movie had extreme amounts of gore in it. And like I said, a lot of the gore, because you said it was actual live animals being killed. One of the fun facts about this movie, it is known that the animal killing scenes, again, we're looking at 80s here, 1980, right? So it's known that in the animal killing scenes, they actually killed real animals.
Yeah.
I can't understand the reason for such cruelty.
And I feel like that made the movie more gross.
Yeah.
Because you knew that these were real animals they were killing on screen. Like, obviously, before PETA... Okay, so everybody knows about the real animal killing. That's one of the things that makes the movie so controversial. I wasn't ready.
Oh, good Lord.
Like, I felt like it was going to be some, like, slash, like, a snake, and it cuts quick. Like, no. These guys are killing these animals. Their animals are wriggling still, like cut.
Yeah.
The turtle killing scene was ridiculously bad. Like, it was fucking gross. They basically kill a fucking turtle on screen and cut it, and it's struggling, and rip it open and fucking play with its insides.
Oh, good Lord.
So real. You can tell it's real. It's fucking nasty. And when they do the remakes of this movie, they actually have a disclaimer that they are keeping those scenes in just so the authenticity of the original material. And because of that, I do feel like this is an important, controversial film. I probably will pick it up. I don't know. I might. But yes, the gore in this movie, unreal. If you want to see a gory ass movie, definitely hit this up. Yeah, man, gory for sure. So next, I know this movie's a little bit dated. We're talking about a movie from the 80s, but now we're going to talk about the acting and the characters in the movie. Adri, what did you think about the acting and characters in Cannibal Holocaust?
I actually liked it. Like, I think they did really well. They portrayed the actors or the people in the movie really well. I felt it. I know it's not real, but I felt like it was real. I felt like it was a real documentary that I was watching from the 80s. It, like, pulled me right in. I really, the acting was, and it was very 80s. Like, acting was very 80s. You talked about Bush. Like, it was 80s, right? So, it was okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? I'm going to agree with you on that one when it comes to acting and characters, actually. I felt like in the beginning, first of all, there's epic cock and balls and bush all over this movie.
Oh, good Lord.
So you had to find actors who were going to show that. I just need to say that because you are seeing swinging dicks in this movie. Like, not a ball, like, not a shot of a dick.
No.
Like, Buddy's dancing and the dick's swinging. Like, I don't know if that exactly happens, but there was plenty of penile movement. Like, when I can see penis moving, that's raw. Anyways, I only say that because these actors were brave, man. They were brave. So
they were. And you could see, like, vagina.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I feel like in the beginning it started out really cheesy as far as the acting went, like with the 80s acting. I agree with you there. But then, like you said, as the movie progresses and you kind of settle into it, the acting feels 80s. It feels like I'm watching a documentary from the 80s. The people are acting 80s-ish.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking I'm watching a piece of found footage that they just found recently, I'm thinking that this is what the people would be like. And so as the movie goes on, yes, the acting is good, weirdly. I don't know. If you maybe watched it in the 80s, you might have even think the acting was campy.
Yeah.
But today, I feel like I was watching an 80s old school documentary. So yeah, I actually didn't mind the acting too. You forget that it's so 80s cheesy quickly.
You did it, goddammit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought the acting was all right. All right, next we're going to get into the story, which I thought was actually quite interesting in this movie. But I'm interested in what you thought about the story of Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah. I think the story, I mean, it kind of ties in with the acting and stuff like that. But the story was really believable. I think we watched another movie kind of like that, but this one was way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the acting, the story, everything kind of works together.
Yeah.
And I liked the story. I liked it.
When it comes to the story, again, although dated, I think that this is a really good story. It's a really good tribal story with a very interesting end, and it actually had some twists and turns that actually kind of got me. I felt that one of the big twists of the movie is when you see the beginning, you see them with their savage... Again, a little bit of a disclaimer. If the movie's over a year old, we kick spoilers here because you should have seen it. This movie is from the 1980s. Like, literally 1980. So, you're 40 years, we're spoiling it. So, I feel like there was a really good... So, again, this is also your warning. Turn it off, go watch the movie, come back, check it out, see if you agree. But I feel like there was a really good twist in this movie because from the beginning you really feel like you're watching these savages the entire time. And then you see they have these weird effigies and you start to feel this feeling of like this real feeling of dread because these documentary people aren't here. And then you start to see their body parts and skin hanging places and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? So you really start to get into this savagery, you know what I mean? But then when they go back, they find the footage and they go back and play it. It's like this movie takes a weird twist that I didn't expect. And that was for the actual documentary people or the white people who came in there. They were the true savages because like we said, all that animal killing that you see and everything, they were doing it. And they actually show you some of the things that they did to the indigenous people, like rape them and kill them, set their huts on fire, like just wild shit. And by the end of the movie, I actually was like, yo, they fucking deserve to die. Like, I can't believe it. I was like, yo, fuck those people. Yo, man, kill them because you should. And that was a good twist on this movie because I thought we were going to see horrific savages doing horrific things. And then it so turned out that the civilized people were the true savages. And the savages in the movie were actually trying to redeem themselves from what they had to do, which was kill these invaders. Because they were literally fucking up everything. It was crazy.
Everything.
I loved that twist in the movie. I also thought that in the movie itself, and this is from the 80s, they discussed the cultural appropriation. And one of the doctors doesn't want to show the footage because he thinks that they're making money off of this and he didn't really want that. And I just thought the whole level of like the cultural appropriation, they talked about capitalism in it, how he was like, it was all for money. I just think that those are angles that are still relevant today. Absolutely. And it made the story even that much more believable because I really thought that we were watching somebody who didn't want to release this footage. Meanwhile, you have like the evil execs that are just like, oh, he got eaten alive? 25 million more views, like, you know, where they're banking on it. They're banking on the misery to make more money. And I just felt like that was really relevant today, man. I thought the story was weirdly good in this movie, just from the narratives they spun and everything to the end. Just even how, like I said, I felt savages and then I felt the real savages and I felt the savages were somewhat civilized, like they did what they had to do. I don't know. It's a really weird feeling. Kind of think about that while you watch this movie. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to think about cultural appropriation, obviously. You know, we do a little more. So, but yeah, think about those kind of angles when you watch this movie, man. And I suggest wating it, actually. It was a decent story.
It was ingenious, I think, parts of it. Yeah.
For sure. So, as always, we're going to end off here with an overall score for these movies. These are just our scores. Again, if you don't agree, hit the comments. Let us know, man. If you thought this movie was trash, let us know. I don't know how you could. I mean, I don't know what you want more in a horror movie. Well, maybe you want like big budget AAA. But either way, man, this movie is something you need to see, in my opinion. Maybe not like. I don't know. For a horror fan, it's a must-see. I feel like this is a staple.
This is,
yeah, it's definitely that. So what is your final score on Cannibal Holocaust?
Cannibal Holocaust gets a 4.5 from Adriana.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good score. I totally get that. For me, I'm gonna go with a 4. I thought that the only reason why is because as much as I know that I just went through talking about how the dated works, it's still a knock at the end. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So for me, this movie is going to be a solid 4. I'm going to suggest any kind of horror lover, gore lover to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
If you just like seeing indigenous tribes, like even the rituals and the things they're doing in the beginning, you just think they're so savage until you see the real savages. It's just a good movie, man. Yeah. You definitely need to check out Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, man, 4 for me. Thanks for joining us on another review on 365 Horror Vlogs, the channel where we attempt to watch every horror movie in existence and tell you about it. Again, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. We are going to be coming to you with so much more content here in 2021. We've upgraded our set. If you've watched some of the first videos, you know what I mean? We finally got a little bit of a setup. We're going to keep going. You know, this was a very quick setup. We're going to get the lighting and everything a lot better. Better microphones, better cameras, everything in 2021. We're coming at you. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell for all things horror. Thanks for joining us, guys. And we will see you in the next one. Mm-hmm. Peace.
Peace.